Kelly Anundson, NCAA Division II Wrestling All-American at Newberry College in South Carolina, set to make his Bellator debut against his friend and former training partner, Volkan Oezdemir of Switzerland. Let's now do the numbers as Dave and Buster's brings you our tale of the tape. Eat, drink, play, watch sports.
Both guys have a ton of finishing ability. Oezdemir, 9 finishes and 10 wins. Anundson, 5 finishes and 6 wins.
Once again, here's Michael Williams.
Bellator MMA continues now with 3 5-minute rounds in the light heavyweight division. Sponsored tonight by AutoZone. Get Duralast, proven tough, available only at AutoZone. And by Bamboo Nutra. Turn your power on. And now, introducing first fighting out of the red corner. At 6 foot, weighing in at 205.6 pounds. His professional record, undefeated at 10-0. He hails from Fribourg, Switzerland. Introducing Volkan Oezdemir. And across the cage, his opponent tonight fighting out of the blue corner at 5 foot 11, weighing in 205.8 pounds as a professional. 6 victories, just 2 losses. Fighting out of Coconut Creek, Florida, he hails from Reno, Nevada, Kelly Crossface Anundson. And the referee in charge of the action, Herdy.
Both fighters have said they will put their friendship aside. Volkan Oezdemir said, my goal is to finish Kelly Anundson quickly so as not to hurt him too badly.
Do it.
Round number 1.
What a nice guy.
Our fight clock is brought to you by Miller Lite, the official beer of Bellator. Oezdemir pounces. That's not just a good time, it's Miller time.
That's what he's known for, his Muay Thai, kicking that leg right out from Anundson.
Oezdemir in the black trunks, Anundson in the gray trunks. From their training, Anundson said, once I can get him on the ground, Oezdemir just can't match my jiu-jitsu, and he certainly can't match my wrestling.
Problem is, right now they're playing the outside game. That's where Oezdemir is at his best.
There's Anundson trying to take it to the ground. A sprawl from Oezdemir.
That second effort gets him the body lock.
There's the takedown from Anundson. An all-new episode of Bar Rescue, Sunday, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, followed by Catch a Contractor with Adam Carolla, right here on Spike.
Do not grab the fence. Don't grab the fence.
Herb Dean telling Oezdemir, don't grab the fence. Jimmy, thus far, this is the game that Kelly Anundson wants to play, not giving Oezdemir distance at all in the stand-up.
Must keep it tight, chest to chest, work those throws, and that's what he gets. But can he keep Oezdemir down? That's the question. So far, he hasn't. Takedowns require a lot of energy just to let a guy up again.
There's another takedown from Kelly Anundson. Looking to move to the back. Always an interesting dynamic, Jimmy. It's not just fighting your friend, it's fighting someone you've trained with.
Yeah, you know their habits, they know yours. Aren't as many surprises with a situation like that.
See Oezdemir keeping himself grounded.
And what?
Yeah, he was not grounded, I don't think, when he got hit with that knee. Hard to tell from that camera angle, though.
Oezdemir, knuckles down on both gloves.
A lot of people don't understand is the MMA community just isn't that big. A lot of guys have sparred together at some point or another.
Another takedown from Kelly Anundson.
Especially if you circle through a big team. A lot of guys that are opponents have trained together.
In terms of fighting people that you like, well, don't you do that every day at your gym?
All the time in the gym. And always the ones you like that are hitting you the hardest.
2 minutes remaining, round number 1 of this light heavyweight fight. Oezdemir brings a very solid and accomplished Muay Thai base into MMA. He's trained extensively with his Muay Thai in Thailand and the Netherlands, about the two best countries to do so, but he's not been able to find that Muay Thai range yet, Jimmy.
He has not. Landed some kicks on the outside in the beginning, but since then, Anundson just all over him with the takedown.
Just like that, driving through.
And that's the difference in high-level wrestling, you know, is that second and third effort. They don't just go in and back off. He keeps driving, looking for the takedown. He's been getting it. Now, he's had trouble establishing himself. He's had trouble landing ground and pound once he's been on top. That's been the issue so far. We're going for all these takedowns and letting them up. That's very fatiguing. Got to go to the well over and over again.
Another takedown from Kelly Anundson. Final minute, round number 1. Jimmy Anundson just giving Oezdemir no space and another takedown.
On the flip side, Oezdemir always getting back to his feet, always working for that switch, never letting Anundson settle up and work that ground and pound.
Just going to make that point, not seeing ground and pound from Kelly Anundson. Moving to the back though is Anundson. Oezdemir again to his feet. Anundson staying tight. Anundson right hand to the rib cage. Final seconds, round number 1.
That was the story of the first round to me, the takedown of Kelly Anundson, giving Oezdemir no space, just like you said, Sean.
Round number 2 of this light heavyweight fight. Volkan Oezdemir trying to stay perfect in his pro MMA career, move the needle to 11-0. That's a solid first round, according to CompuStrike on the takedowns, Jimmy, for Kelly Anundson.
Yeah, 7-0. About to get another one, make that 8.
Need I ask on your scorecard?
10-9 for Anundson. What you have to remember, though, is that referees get less and less patient as the fight goes along. Herb Dean's going to stand guys up a lot quicker if Anundson can't get busy, get something done on top.
Loose guard from Volkan Oezdemir. Not much in the way of ground and pound, but positionally Anundson has been really sharp, smothering in this fight thus far.
Now has one hook in, can't get the other. It's been pretty much wrestling positioning more than jiu-jitsu positioning. Hasn't been able to get side control, hasn't been able to get his hooks in. It's been all that wrestling kind of ride.
After this fight, we'll move to the welterweight division. Ermin Tirada versus Justin Baseman. And then our main event, the fight for Bellator's heavyweight world title, the undefeated champion Vitaly Minakov versus Czech Congo. Another takedown from Kelly Anundson. That is the theme of this fight to this point, 3:20 remaining round 2.
Able to get to half guard, able to get the back flat of Oezdemir, trying to lock into Kimura. Well, that's deep, he's got to get around that, might be able to finish it from half guard.
It's very deep.
Now he's around the half guard, Oezdemir's in trouble here, Sean. He's in big trouble. Oezdemir trying to power his way out. He's able to get his arm free.
Anundson lost it, but there was a lot of torque.
Wasn't able to step over to the head and really secure that position.
Side control for Kelly Anundson.
Crawling over to the fence, trying to use that to stand up.
Knee to the thigh, delivered by Anundson. To this point, Jimmy, Volkan Oezdemir has just not been able to establish what he does well as a pro MMA fighter.
Not at all.
It's tough to win a fight when you're doing nothing but playing defense.
Man, this has got to be wearing Oezdemir down. He's carrying his own weight. He's carrying Kelly Anundson's weight. not going to have a lot of gas left for that third round. You know, every round starts out on the feet, but it's hard to stay there when you're out of gas.
Anundson now looking for the rear naked choke finish.
That is a crank. It's across the chin. He's still going to tap.
The tap.
He's still going to tap, and he does.
Not the choke, but the neck crank and the victory for Kelly Anundson. Look at that celebration as he wins his Bellator debut.
He was coming into the fight, takedown and his jiu-jitsu. We saw a lot of that takedown, a lot of that wrestling, and as I talked about wrestlers' jiu-jitsu, man, when they get something, they crank on it. Wasn't under the chin, wasn't a naked choke, doesn't matter. Across the chin, cranked on the head, he got the finish.
Let's take you to the end of the fight as AutoZone presents our replay. Get Duralast Proven Tough, available only at AutoZone.
You see here the head turned by Oezdemir. That is on the chin, but man, it's just too much pressure on the neck. Anundson cranking with everything he had, and he gets the submission victory in round number 2. And he's happy as he should be. Big upset against the undefeated Oezdemir.
Kelly Anundson, in the biggest fight of his life, gets the victory. Remember, still to come, our main event, the fight for Bellator's heavyweight world title. A highly impressive and highly emotional win for that man, Kelly Anundson. Here's Michael Williams.
Ladies and gentlemen, inside the Bellator cage, the tap comes by way of the cross-face crank official time. 3 minutes, 19 seconds into round number 2. The winner by submission, Kelly Crossface Anundson.
Let's go to Jimmy.
I'm here with your winner, Kelly Anundson. Kelly, your opponent came in with a lot of hype, undefeated 10-0, but you were confident from the beginning. Tell me how it feels to get the upset in your Bellator debut, man.
Woo! It feels awesome to be back in Reno, 775 forever. I love everybody here. Let's go party!
I love it. Give it up for your winner, Kelly Anundson, ladies and gentlemen.
We'll take you to the end of the fight. Anundson in rear naked choke position, but as you see, gets the full-on neck crank, the turn, the torque, and there's the tap from Volkan Oezdemir.
Great job going for what he knew, put the crank on and went for it. He says, that's one of my favorite submissions. Hearing that victory in this second round, very happy man.
Kelly Anundson, 7 pro MMA wins.